improve on the integrity of the electoral process for the development of democracy in the country, President Tinubu tells new INEC chairman. Anambra governorship election, stakeholders canvass credible polls. National issues on the front burner as Nigeria Governors Forum thumbs up the federal government's fiscal reforms implementation drive, just as the National Economic Council approved proposal for the total overhaul of the nation's security training institutions. Also on the program, the National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party expels its national chairman and 8 others. This is Political Update. I'm Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Welcome. The Nigeria Governors Forum says the federal government's fiscal reforms currently being implemented by the Central Bank of Nigeria aligns with the national development priorities. These and other top national issues shaping the direction of governance in Nigeria formed the communique drafted at the end of the 6th meeting held in Abuja.
The arrival of governors across 36 states of the Federation signals the commencement of a long day, and as their number reaches climax, they all return to a closed-door session which endures for several hours. After an exhaustive session with the Deputy Governor of the Apex Bank on economic policy, Dr. Mohammed Sani Abdullahi, federal government stabilization effort to restore price stability receives governor's nod.
It's meant to curb inflation, enhance liquidity management, and consolidate macroeconomic stability. Governors commended the central bank's coordinated approach with fiscal authorities and underscore the importance of sustained collaboration to safeguard growth and state fiscal sustainability.
The Director General State Security Services, Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi, made a presentation on emerging security threats.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the new chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Joash Ojo Amokwiton, to protect and improve on the integrity of the electoral process in Nigeria for the development of democracy in the country. President Tinubu threw the challenge as he inaugurated the new chairman at the State House.
And that I will devote myself to the service and well-being of the people of Nigeria. So help me God.
Final confirmation following the approval of the National Council of States and subsequent screening and confirmation by the Nigerian Senate. And it becomes even more tantalizing with the presence of the state governors. Professor Joash Ojo Amokwiton takes up new big shoes as a major player and determinant in sustaining the growth of a 25-year-old Nigerian democracy. But then, President Bola Tinubu believes the new helmsman is equal to the task of steering the democratic ship in the right direction.
I therefore charge you, Professor Amokwiton, as to take on this important assignment to protect the integrity of our elections and electoral process and strengthen the institutional capacity of INEC.
58-year-old professor of law and senior advocate of Nigeria commits himself to free, fair and credible elections under his watch.
I was given a clear charge to ensure credible, fair and free election. Not just that I will ensure that that is done, I'm also going to engage all the stakeholders, because no matter how you set the barometer and the level of success, you still need all the stakeholders to be able to succeed.
To party politics now, a faction of the new Nigeria People's Party, led by Agbo Major, is urging the Independent National Electoral Commission to review and implement the past judgments passed by courts regarding disputes in political parties. This is coming ahead of course, the resumption of the new INEC chairman as some of the entry of Professor Joash Amokwiton.
It's a clarion call and passionate appeal to the Honorable and to the General of the Federation to advise the new INEC chairman on the uploading of NNPP national officers in accordance to the judgment of Federal Capital Territory High Court, judgment that was delivered by His Lordship, Honorable Justice N.A. Azan, on the 3rd of April 2025. In the same vein, we know that the new INEC chairman, the erudite professor, Joash Amukpito, is capable of doing the right thing because he promised that he's going to right all the wrongs.
Right, some say the first litmus test will be the Anambra governorship election, and political watchers in Anambra State are suing for concerted efforts to ensure smooth, fair and credible governorship elections in the state come on November 8th this year.
Giving insights into the level of preparations on the forthcoming Anambra State governorship election, Chairman of Onitsha North Local Government Area, Anthony Nwora, expresses optimism that the election will be a peaceful one.
We will go to the polls. We will vote, and the vote will be counted. Onitsha is secured, and I know that the election will be free and fair, and the Anambra people will speak on that day.
Similarly, a political watcher, Teres Okusiogu, sues for a level playing field and campaigns that are devoid of mudslinging.
Anambra is a peaceful state, politically, at least for now. And we are looking forward that it will be that same way. But I would advise the governor to please reduce on some of the statements and attacks on individuals.
It is the expectation of these respondents that the forthcoming Anambra State governorship election will be peaceful and credible.
Right, I'm talking about those who threw their hands in the ring and are leading from the front for their party. Joining us in the studio is the candidate of the Labour Party for Anambra governorship election, George Mogalu. Thank you so very much for joining us, at least taking time off what has been a grueling period of campaigns from local government to local government.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate that.
All right, in about 2 weeks, the people of Anambra will go to the polls to choose the #1 citizen of the state. You are one of those who has thrown his hat in the ring to be considered. Is there anything different that you expect to bring to the table that Anambrarians would want to look in your direction?
Oh, well, the manifesto we presented to Anambra people speaks volumes. Well, there's quite a lot of things we're bringing to the table, things we think that should have been done but has not been done. Like our manifesto will say, we have a 12-point agenda that addresses all issues on all sides of governance. We talked about security, we talked about agriculture, education, health, youth empowerment. We talked about power. We talked about women empowerment and involvement in the process of governance. So there's quite a lot we are going to bring to the table, and then we present it from a perspective we believe that will work for the benefit of the people. For us in Labour Party, it's about the people, and the people.
Oh, all right, looking at your if you evaluate your interactions with the people in the state, what has the response been like? You are going against the incumbent.
The response has been quite positive. When people talk about incumbent, yes, it's expected that there will be this reaction. We're going against incumbent. But incumbents have been defeated in the past, and Anambra State will not be different. So for us, it's just like any other contest.
All right, but if we are going to even look at it in terms of the geographical considerations, you come from the same place as the governor of the state. The unwritten arrangement, I understand, in your state is that each secretarial district can only go for just that 2 terms, 8 years. We understand in some places also that you have committed yourself that even if given the mandate, you can only serve for 4 years, and after that you will step down. Some say that is unlikely.
No, the point is that you must understand the fact that your term is 4-year term. The second 4-year is a gift from the people in appreciation of service rendered. So it's not a right, neither is even a privilege. It's not a right at all. The point here is that I have given my word. I believe in zoning. I subscribe to it. I'm a beneficiary of it, and I will sustain it. I have given my word that I'm asking the Anambra State people to give me the opportunity for a 4-year term, and I will deliver on my mandate.
After which you will come down.
Yes, I have said it repeatedly. If you can't deliver in 4 years, even if they give you 8, 12 years, you will not be able to deliver. It's not rock science. We have seen it work. Look at what is happening in Abuja State today. The man is only less than 2 years.
Okay, let's interrogate Anambra and its complexities and your people, highly educated and one of the frontline states in the country. Not to talk about the Southeast in the country, with a lot of graduates and people of stature that have come out of that state. What are the challenges? What are the bridges or the hurdles between the state fulfilling what are the obvious potentials that we can easily see, of course, of the people of Anambra in terms of human resource development and also the low-hanging fruits of its economy?
The truth about it is that the biggest challenge is challenge of leadership. You see, Anambra people, like you rightly observed, we have all the potentials, be it human resources, be it capital. We have all the potentials to be the greatest state in this country. It's a matter of leadership to set an example, to lead, and people will follow. Things have not been done right. And there is a need for us to change the narrative and do things right for the benefit of our people. One thing I know about our people is that they are willing to follow. But the point is that they want to follow somebody who has a direction, somebody who has provided the required guidance. And that is what is lacking in our state today. There is the need for a focused, determined leadership. And once we put that in place, you will get the support of the people.
And talking about specific terms, what sectors are you looking at that could perhaps create the needed very quick impact, if given the opportunity in the state? If you are to mount the saddle now as the helmsman, which sectors would you perhaps as a matter of urgency try to revive to perhaps create jobs and all that for your teeming youths?
No, immediately we take office. The major thing that is facing Anambra today is the issue of insecurity. You must address it conclusively, because if you don't address the issues of insecurity, it affects the economy, it affects education, it affects agriculture, people can't go to farm. So the major challenge we have today is our failure as a people, as a state, to address the issue of insecurity. Once you get the issue of security right, a few things will key in. But for us, if we invest in it, in our providing security, we address the issue of agriculture and the agricultural value chain, because it has the potentials of strengthening our economy, it has the potentials of providing us opportunity to get people employed. At the same time, if we address the issue of agriculture, we look at the issue of industrialization of the state. We already have a template. People say Nnewi is the Japan of Africa. Yes, what we need to do is to build on it, create an enabling environment for the private sector, provide them security, provide them access to capital, provide tax incentives, provide power. The moment you do these things, the economy will pick up. It's not rock science.
All right, talking about the concepts you have shared with the people of Anambra State as we get close to the business end of this cycle, which is on the 8th of November, and some of the discussions we've had with the indigenous and citizens of the indigenous in the state in terms of their expectations, if you were to be in the government house there, what has it looked like, especially from the podium? Earlier in the campaigns, we had a lot of issues of mudslinging between you candidates, and we saw in one of our excerpts there, one of the respondents talking about the issue that we face campaign issues and not, trying to muddy other people's names. Has that simmered down a little bit as we are getting close to the day?
No, if you follow my trajectory, I came out to appeal to contestants to address the issues, to address the avalanche of challenges that is facing our people, rather than waste their time and resources in insulting themselves or campaigning and talking down on each other. For me, if you check my political trajectory, I don't discuss persons. I discuss your project, I discuss my vision, I discuss my ambition, I discuss what I want to do for our people. I have no time to talk about individuals. No, that is not in my forte. My forte is discuss politics, discuss what you are going to offer the people, discuss what you are bringing to the table, ask them to trust you and place their confidence in you for you to justify it at the end of the day. I am against it totally that we should reduce ourselves. For me, it's a reduction in stature. For you to come down to be talking about people and who they are, personalizing issues that should not. Let us deal with the issues that is confronting our state. Let us deal with the issues that has no individual barriers. We talk about security, we talk about agriculture, we talk about education, health, youth empowerment, and what have you. There's quite a lot to discuss from those forums. So it's not necessary for me to reduce myself to the point of discussing persons. And when it happened in my state, I came out openly to challenge it and advised against it, that should not be what Anambra should be seen to be known for. All right. Now, before we will let you go, how strong is your party, the Labour Party in the state? The main party right now, of course, of the governor is the All Progressive Grand Alliance. The ruling party here in the center, APC, has a man in the race. Of course, PDP, which used to also, get some stature in the state, has a man, has his own candidate in the race. How strong is the Labour Party in Anambra State, and in terms of its chances on that day? Labour is very strong in my state. The truth about it is that our support is organic. It's amongst the people. In the course of these campaigns, we've come to realize that. We've come to terms with the fact that the people want Labour Party, the people trust Labour Party. The support for Labour Party is not engineered. It is about the people, because they believe us, because they trust us. They look at me from the perspective of my trajectory, where I'm coming from. They also look at our national leader from the point where he's coming from. And all these are brought into consideration in determining the status or the strength of the party in the state. But the truth about it is that Labour Party is strong, Labour Party is on the ground, and Labour Party, they are going to demonstrate it on November 8th. Not every Labour Party, not every voter in Anambra State today is a member of Labour Party, but they have sentiment towards Labour for who we are, for what we say we will do, and for the promises we have made. And they believe us because they've looked at our antecedents and they looked at our trajectory, and then they came to that conclusion. All right, maybe I can tell you confidently that we are popular and we are strong on ground. All right, maybe there'll be a time for the final word, but just let's take a few stories, just two stories, talking about activities in other parties. The National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, has expelled 3 national officers, including its national chairman, Musa Shehu Gabam, who were suspended from the party earlier, and that's in June this year, over allegations of gross financial misappropriation, fraudulent activities, and abuse of office. Kenenani reports that the NWC of the SDP also expelled 8 other members of the party for their involvement in an alleged misconduct and disloyalty to the party. The decision, the NWC says, is coming after a thorough consideration of the report submitted by the disciplinary committee set up in July 4 this year to investigate the matter.
Leader, people with disabilities. Arising from all of the above, the National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, has therefore resolved that Alhaji Shehu Musa Gaban, the suspended national chairman, is hereby formally relieved from the position of national chairman of SDP and removed from office. That Mr. Ogbonna Chukwuma, present national youth leader, is hereby formally relieved from the position of national youth leader of SDP and removed from office. That Alhaji Shehu Musa Gaban and Mr. Ogbonna Chukwuma Uchechukwu are expelled from the membership of the Social Democratic Party. That Comrade Adamu Abubakar Modibo, Alhaji Abubakar Dogara, Mr. Nuruddin Bisala, Mr. Sosuema Osaro, Dr. Ambo Ekpeyon, Mr. Eluwa Efeanyi Henry, Mr. Humphrey Onwukaize, and Ms. Judith Israel Suaibu are hereby expelled from the membership of the Social Democratic Party, SDP.
And finally, northern leaders of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, have endorsed Kabiru Turaki, a former Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, as a consensus candidate for the position of the party's national chairman. This was at a meeting in Abuja.
It started as a closed-door meeting with prominent northern PDP leaders before briefing the media of the meeting's resolution.
We have met to deliberate and take decision on the office of the chairman of our great party, the PDP, which was zoned to the north. And in our meeting, we have reflected deeply and widely through consultation and going to Ibadan for our national convention. We have adopted a consensus candidate to represent the north and by extension Nigeria as the chairman of the PDP. And that gentleman is KT Turaki, SAN,
Although not stopping any other interested aspirant in the chairmanship race, members promised to reach out to other stakeholders who might not buy into their decision for amicable resolution. The PDP National Convention to elect new National Working Committee leaders is slated for November 15 and 16, 2025 in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital.
All right, you'll be watching Political Update. Before we go, just to take a line or two from our candidate, from our guest is a candidate, governorship candidate for Labour Party, George Moghalu, no more, of course, before now as DG Niwa, and waterways, discussions we've had between that and at that time and now. Now you left Niwa. Now you are swimming in the political waters out there. How deep has it been? I hope you are keeping your head above water.
Yes, my head is above water. You do something, you try the other one. So this time around, I'm not in Niwa, but I'm in Anambra State, seeking the mandate of the people.
Let me help you caption it. You have left Niwa for newer opportunities.
I don't know whether it's a new opportunity, but I know that I left Niwa to enter into a new challenge.
Many thanks to George Moghalu and you for watching. We'll be back again on Tuesday. Between now and then, please play your politics for the greater good of the nation and keep it locked on Nigerian Television Authority, Africa's largest and finest, for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Bye-bye now.